Greetings, ladies and not ladies, excluding but not degrading hermaphrodites. As a proud Tea Partier, I often find myself in opposition to those who deem themselves progressives. So today I will launch a series in which I discuss some differences that I have with them and why. Today I will be talking about democracy. So many times in my discussions I run into the term, well, we're living in a democracy. One progressive went so far as to say that conservative types have started referring to the government of the United States as a republic so it can seem more Republican, as opposed to a democracy, which seems more like a Democrat, the Democrat Party. So I wanted to take a look at this particular issue. Democracy. It's an old Greek word meaning the rule of the people. It is held up as the shining beacon of self-determination. It is the golden standard, the apex of civilization. Democracy. The rule of the people. What could possibly be wrong with democracy? What could I have against democracy? I have two problems with democracy in the United States of America. First one is with democracy itself. What could I possibly have against democracy? Well, I do not believe that a consensus of the people is equivalent to a morally correct action. I do not believe just because you get a bunch of people to agree with you means that you're doing the right thing. Have you ever encountered anything that a bunch of people have really gotten caught up in, and then in retrospect it seemed kind of like a stupid idea? Maybe you shouldn't have given in to the hysteria. Peter! So I'm thinking that maybe just because there's a bunch of people agreeing with you does not necessarily mean it's the right thing to do. That's my problem with democracy. It can be the tyranny of mob rule. That's my first problem with democracy itself. The second one is, as this progressive that I was arguing with was trying to say, that we've started calling this country a republic so it can be more like the Republican Party. I'm going to have to disagree with them on a constitutional grounds. This country was never set up to be a democracy. It is a republic, not a democracy. How do I know this? Can I say this definitively with authority? I can, actually. Let's reference the United States Constitution. Take a look at Article 4, Section 4. It says, "The United States shall guarantee to every state in this Union a republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence." So, Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution says we are guaranteed a republican form of government. Now, you can't tell me that the Constitution, the framers of the Constitution said, okay, we want to make sure the Republicans are in power, so let's in the Constitution, because the Republican Party, in fact, at that time did not exist. So, republican form of government in the Constitution. So what's the alternative? Republic. Why exactly is a republic so much better? Well, I believe that a republic is better because the republic carries with it the idea of the rule of law. These are laws which all apply to us individually. So a bunch of people get together and decide, okay, we're going to institute a poll tax for somebody, a certain skin color. The republic, you're going to look at the law and say, no, this law says that if you're a citizen, you get to vote. You can't deliberately exclude someone from the voting process because of a skin color. Well, under a democracy, the majority of people got together and said, we can institute this poll tax. We can make it so that women can't vote. The majority have said, you don't need to vote, so you don't get to vote. That would be the democratic thing to do. That's the sort of thing you run into under a democracy. Under a republic, you say, no, this minority person, this person who's in the minority, still gets to vote. It says so in the law, and the law applies to everybody. You don't get to just decide today that everyone has decided that this guy or this gal over here doesn't get to vote. Republic versus democracy, I'd say republic wins in those circumstances. That guarantees that you're going to have a process by which a law is examined and looked over and debated about, theoretically debated about, at least a little while before it goes into effect, whereas a sweeping movement of people just overthrowing whatever or doing something, like I said, people can get caught up in activities which they may later regret or may not prove to be the most beneficial to their society in the long run. So, republic versus democracy. I'm all for the republic. Don't appreciate the democracy so much for those reasons outlined. So, questions, comments, happy to respond. Thank y'all. Have a good day.